Taiwan is an island country measuring approximately 36,000 square kilometres, located in the Western Pacific region. The main island sits between Japan and the Philippines, with the Tropic of Cancer crossing through its southern half. The capital city, Taipei City, sits in northern Taiwan, while other major cities run along the west coast. There are 9 national parks in Taiwan. Among them, the Taroko National Park attracts the most tourists with its splendid gorge scenery. The South Penghu Marine National Park and the Dongsha Atoll National Park preserve the precious coasts and marine resources. Because of its location in the Ring of Fire, Taiwan and its surrounding islands experience approximately 1,000 minor earthquakes each year. A major earthquake with a magnitude of 7.3 on the Richter scale occurred in central Taiwan on the 21st of September 1999. It was the most disastrous in recent history, with more than 13,000 casualties and missing people. But while causing damage, earthquakes in Taiwan have also brought about a valuable underground resource to the surface, namely geothermally heated groundwater. The unique island's geography and climate conditions have resulted in considerable diversity of animals and plants. The forests host over 250,000 species, making up 3.8% of all the species in the world. Endemic species include Taiwan black bears, Formosan barbets, Taiwan blue magpies, and the Taiwan peony, the orchid for which Taiwan is famous. With an approximate population of 23.6 million people, Taiwan is a densely populated multi-ethnic country. The Minnan people and the Hakka, who emigrated from the southeastern coastal areas of the Great Qing Empire of China in the 17th century, make up the majority of the population in Taiwan. While Taiwan is a society of immigrants, there are 16 officially recognised indigenous languages, including Hokkien, Hakka, and other dialects used by descendants of Chinese immigrants. Since ancient times, the indigenous population of Taiwan has played host to visiting nations, some peaceful, some not so. As reflected in the Bible translation shown on the left, the Dutch set foot on southern Taiwan in 1624. In 1895, the Chinese Qing Empire ceded Taiwan to Japan, starting a long period of Japanese rule. The Japanese were finally defeated in the summer of 1945. Afterwards, Taiwan was placed under the administrative control of the Republic of China on behalf of the Allied forces. Because of cultural differences and the ruling government's extreme political and economic policies, Taiwanese society fell into a state of conflict and unrest, which led to the February 28th incident in 1947. This is depicted in the memorial in the centre of the slide and the wood cutting on the right, when local Taiwanese clashed with the ROC officials and military personnel. This slide shows the presidential office building in Taipei. In the year 2000, after the biggest opposition party, the Democratic Progressive Party, won the election, driving the previous ruling party into opposition after 50 years, Taiwan observed its first peaceful transition of political power. In 2016, Tsai Ing-wen was elected president. As the first female president in Taiwan, she started to work for women's empowerment, while still hoping that her success as president would not be characterised by her gender alone. In 2014, college students and civil organisations occupied the government's meeting hall in protest at the government's attempt to sign a trade agreement with China that they feared would threaten Taiwan's sovereignty. The younger generation's concern about public affairs has become a crucial force in Taiwan's democratic progress in recent years. Taiwan's currency is the new Taiwan dollar. About 90% of the country's energy and raw material supplies rely on mass imports, while electrical equipment is its primary export. High-tech industries include technologies based around the internet and artificial intelligence. Other products are mainly of flowers, fruits, and the produce of organic farming. Taiwanese society has recently committed to recycling and now has the second highest recycling rate in the world. As a society of immigrants, with the constitution protecting basic human rights, the diversity of religion in Taiwan ranks second in the world, and religious freedom shares first place with Belgium and the Netherlands. Taiwan became a safe country for Christian churches such as Anglicans, Methodists, the Baptist Church and the Lutheran Church when they fled mainland China and the risk of persecution from the Communist Party in the 1950s. The resulting interactions among denominations grew, leading to the establishment of the National Council of Churches in Taiwan in 1963. The three most important holidays in Taiwan are the Spring Festival, the Dragon Boat Festival, and the Moon Festival. The Spring Festival is commonly known as the Lunar New Year and is celebrated with a week-long holiday. Families gather on Lunar New Year's Eve to enjoy a feast, bid farewell to the old year and welcome the new. Night markets are very popular in Taiwan, possibly because Taiwan is a very safe place. Taiwan supports many creative arts, and you will find no shortage of artworks, performances, painting, sculpture, music, dancing, traditional operas, puppet shows and Taiwanese operas to enjoy if you ever get the chance to visit. People who are enthusiastic about staying healthy are often seen jogging and practicing Tai Chi or Qigong, an 8-sectioned exercise at parks near their homes. Praise dance, which was developed by Christians, is not only a fitness activity but also a way to attract people to Christianity. Taiwan's oolong tea is of high quality and is very popular. Drinking tea while spending time with family and friends is considered a great pleasure. National health insurance in Taiwan was established in 1995. Through years of developing advanced medical equipment and training professional medical care workers, the average life expectancy of the Taiwanese population has now reached 81 years. National health insurance and the healthcare system also caters for less privileged people. During the pandemic, the donation of tens of millions of surgical masks to countries that were hit badly by COVID-19 led to the slogan "Taiwan can help" receiving acknowledgement from many foreign governments. The literacy rate among Taiwanese individuals over the age of 15 had reached 99% by 2019, as a result of children between the ages of 7 and 15 being required to attend school. At the beginning of 2019, compulsory education was extended to the age of 18. Taiwan's constitution mandates that women have equal rights to education, and women's opportunities in the workplace have increased. At 42%, the proportion of women in local and national government is the highest in Asia. However, women's participation in politics is still limited by patriarchy and party politics. Besides this, the labour market continues to include wage discrepancies based on gender. While seemingly independent, many Taiwanese women still suffer from the ordeals of domestic violence, sexual harassment, assault, and internet and drug abuse. These are all indicators that Taiwanese society has still much to improve on gender equality. The church started the ordination of female elders and deacons in the 1920s and of female pastors in 1949. In 2020, the first female moderator of the Presbyterian Church General Assembly was elected, making her the first female church leader at national level. But there are still contradictions between women's emancipation in some areas and the legacy of a male-dominated society in others. The earliest record of Taiwan's participation in the World Day of Prayer dates to 1935. The Presbyterian Church invited the YMCA, the Baptist Church, the Methodist Church, and the Lutheran Church to hold a WDP worship service and to establish the WDP Committee as a task force under Women's Mission. Fearful of China's military threats and the critical state of Taiwan's international status, the government of the 1970s discouraged dissent, and as a result some churches suffered persecution. The outcome was that these denominations distanced themselves from the larger and more established Presbyterian Church, and this impacted on the interdenominational WDP worship services. In 1979, the National WDP Committee in Taiwan came under the sole control of the Presbyterian Church. In 1982, however, the YMCA worked with other denominations and church organisations to establish another WDP Taiwan National Committee, resulting in the current state of 2 WDP points of contact in Taiwan. In 2017, opening up an opportunity for the 2 WDP committees in Taiwan to collaborate, the WDPIC accepted Taiwan's proposal to write the worship service materials for 2023. In 2020, the 2 committees formed 4 working groups, and the process of working in cooperation has brought the WDP movement in Taiwan an opportunity for mutual exchange of ideas and dialogue. The women in the painting are sitting by a stream, praying silently and looking up into the dark. Despite the uncertainty of the path ahead, they know that the salvation of Christ has come. The painting also features 2 endangered species, the Mikado pheasant at the bottom of the picture and the black-faced spoonbill, both of unique significance to the Taiwanese people. Butterfly orchids stand out against the dark background. They are the pride of Taiwan. Taiwan has a worldwide reputation for being the kingdom of orchids.